Hello, aspirants. Good evening. Hello. So finally, your AFcat examinations are over, right? So AFcat 2025, all the four shifts across the 2 days of examinations are over, right? Okay, and I'm sure all of you must be anticipating about what could be the expected cutoff for this particular examination that you have appeared on yesterday and today, right? Okay, on the 23rd and on the 24th, right? Okay, so let me tell you honestly, it's not an easy call for us to uh, take a decision, right? It's not an easy call for us to guess what particular number is going to be a cutoff, but still we'll try to rationalize it as much as we can, right? Okay, one thing we need to keep in mind that the last session, right? Okay, the AFcat 12025 cutoff was 100 marks for the engineers, right, and 120 marks for the other guys, okay, right. And I really wanted to mention one particular fact, right? That one particular fact is that as compared to the previous session of examination, this session was relatively, right, okay, I would like to use the word relatively easy, right? Okay, this particular session of examination AFCAT 2 2025 was relatively easy, okay, right. That is one particular fact that I wanted to mention. And two, the fact that for the flying branch, for male only one seat was there, and for the female only two seats were there through AFCAT examination, right? Okay, so let me tell you honestly one particular fact that many of the aspirants write the AFCAT examination, just for the sake of getting into the flying branch, right? Okay, so if you don't have that number of seats in those particular branches, then obviously, right, not much aspirants were turning up for the examination. That is one important point that I wanted to mention, right? Okay, and given the fact that the AFCAT 1 2025 itself was really tough, right? It was not at all easy. Even the aspirants, even the good aspirants, those who were potential to score 200 plus marks, right, they settled for somewhere around 140 150, right? Okay, so there was a dip of 50 marks, right? I'm talking about the previous session, right? Okay, so basically what actually happened, because of that, the spirit of all those test takers were literally broken, right? Okay, there were many of my aspirants, right, those who have been sponsored by Willie, right, from the trust side. They did not go to appear for the examination, folks, right? Okay, because their spirits were broken, because they thought that they are not prepared, right? Okay, and they thought that the question would be like that only, right? Okay, but because of all of these reasons, right, the first reason is that relatively easy. If the paper is easy, the cutoff should go up, right? Okay, but okay, because of two factors, right? The one, that not many aspirants turned up for the examination, right? Okay, that is one. And for the flying branch, there was very less number of seats over there, right? Okay, so the cutoff is likely to remain the same, right? For engineers, if you are an engineering graduate and you have appeared for your examination, right, if you are scoring anywhere between 95 to 105, you should feel perfectly safe for this particular examination, and the next step for you would be to go and prepare for AFSB, right? Okay, and for the other candidates, all those of you who are getting 115 to 125 should get ahead and prepare for your AFSB, right? Okay, 8 of my aspirants have written this examination, and I'm expecting 100% result from them, okay, right? So I'm expecting full on results from each of my candidates, right? Okay, because we trained them, and we are sure that they will get this much of marks for sure, right? Okay, and even if you are an engineer, even if you are getting close to 90 marks, right, I would say be hopeful, right? Okay, be hopeful. And even if you are other candidates, even if you are getting somewhere around 110 marks, right? Okay, obviously you are supposed to be hopeful. Why am I saying that? Because you must have thought that certain questions are wrong. Okay, certain questions are wrong. You must have seen XYZ coaching center answer key, but actually those questions might turn out to be correct in nature, right? Okay, so there is a room for error for plus or minus 5 marks over there, right? Okay, so one word verdict, right, for engineers, the expected cutoff, I'm guessing between 95 to 105, and for the other category, right, okay, commerce guys, arts guys, science guys, right, okay, this is what is likely to be the cutoff for AFcat 2 2025, right, okay. And yeah, don't come back to me and start abusing in the comment section if this does not turn it that way, okay, right. And also one more particular point I wanted to mention about is your normalization, right. Keeping that in mind, also I said even if somebody is getting 90 marks, engineering graduate, they should expect results, right. Had, for example, if their papers were tough, right, okay, somebody was saying that, you know, first session paper was tough, and likewise, right, okay, one of these sessions was tough, one of the shift was tough in the second day, that was on today, right, that was on 24th as well, right. So in that case, you might expect some positive uptick over here, right, which might give you anywhere between, you know, 7 to 10 marks extra over here, right, okay. So that means eventually pushing you into the cutoff range, right. And over here also, if it is somewhere around 110, and normalization will help you get inside it, this number as well, okay. And yeah, downside of the normalization, if your paper was easy, if your shift was easy, accordingly your numbers will be downgraded, right. So in that case, you are looking at the upper band for sure, right, okay, like 105 and 125, right, okay. So if you are getting engineers, if you are getting 90, and if others, if you are getting 110, you should be expecting AFSB call, right, okay. So I wish you very best for your upcoming AFSB, right, okay. Start preparing for AFSB even before your results come up, right. CDS is lined up, right, CGCAT is lined up. Prepare for that, keep preparing for all of that, and as well as start preparing for your AFSB 1 2026 as well, okay. Rest of the talks we'll do later. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye, good night, Jai Hind.